Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Moai and I'm from Moai Finance. Today I want to talk about the topic of unifying the liquidity to empower XRP ecosystem using Moai Finance, right in this middle of multi-chain era that we're facing. Today's talk will be starting from briefing you what is the current status of blockchain as a multi-chain ecosystem and move on to the problems that the multi-chain ecosystem might bring as a trade-off. And finally, I will end the speech with how Moai Finance tackles those problems by being as a liquidity layer. And yeah, let's get started. So to begin with, it's pretty definite that we're facing a multi-chain era. In the early days where we only had few chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP Ledger, now there are hundreds of chains operating on their own purposes. Solana is one of the most successful chains to operate even after the collapse of FTX. Their strong community-based NFT, meme culture, and DeFi are thriving, reaching its new all-time high. Near Protocol is another next-generation blockchain that successfully attracted many users thanks to the real-world applications such as Sweatcoin or Kai shopping. Aptos and Sui is another sector of blockchain using their own program language called Move language to empower the fast finality transactions for multiple purposes. Not to mention a great connected ecosystem that Cosmos chains are filling up. XLR network is also one of them, along with Celestia, Sei, Osmosis, and Berachain. Yeah, we can find it true by numbers if you see the diagram on the slide. At 2021, total value locked in Web3 was 96% locked in Ethereum. At the end of 2023, only 59% are locked in Ethereum, while 41% has been distributed to other chains, especially to the layer 2 chains that are on top of Ethereum. Okay, then why? Why do we need a multiple chain, not just using one or two? I brought 3 good reasons among many. First is because of scalability. If you want to operate everything on a single chain, eventually there has to be a congestion as more users join in. Transaction fee will spike up, while transaction speed will get slower. This is why we want to expand vertically and also horizontally in order to distribute the throughput among different chains in parallel. Next is specialization. Each blockchain has its own purpose or basing community different from others. For example, Bitcoin is a chain of value, while Ethereum is a state machine, and XRP Ledger as an instant payment chain. Different chains with flexible design, differing from each other, will meet each different needs as speed or privacy or others. Lastly is for cost efficiency. As a node operator, keeping a full node is quite an expensive job to do, as validating of blockchain is one of the most important things in this technology. Reducing the workload for the node operators are another crucial reasons why we need a multiple blockchains. This also goes same for the execution layers. As a result, handful of different chains now have their own strong ecosystem. This chart displays the percentage of active users in the top chains. BNB chain is leading by number of active users and followed by Bitcoin and Ethereum. Next slide is a total trading volume of DEXs cumulated for each chain. And this order is actually pretty similar to the ranking of total value locked, where Ethereum is quite leading by far, and Arbitrum and BNB chain is following the lead. And this slide illustrates the trading volume of bridges. So the thicker the arrow means there are more trading volume, I mean the rigid volume between the chains. We can see that most liquidity flow is happening between Ethereum, Bitcoin, and BNB chain, and followed by Solana and Polygon. And at the left downside, you can see Cosmos ecosystem leveraging its own IBC bridging system, and IBC connected with Axeler network to the Ethereum and other ecosystem. So a multi-chain transition is also happening to XRP Ledger. Over half of the most traded pairs in XRP DEX and AMM are non-native from XRP Ledger, but from other chains, usually bridged by GateHub. This means more than half of the demand for trading in XRP Ledger is actually for multi-chain tokens. In addition, sidechains like Jahao and Futureverse are up and running, creating a diverse ecosystem surrounding the XRP Ledger. Not ending here, more is coming. So XLS 38D is still on voting to enable the bridging for different sidechains, and EVM sidechain will be soon launched to add EVM programmability on top of XRP Ledger to become the execution layer of XRP Ledger. And new Ripple's stablecoin, RLUSD, will be launching as a stablecoin in a multi-chain on both Ethereum and XRP Ledger. Like this, XRP Ledger's movement toward multi-chain is continuing as we speak. So then, multi-chain, is it always so good? Sadly, there are trade-offs. And among them, I want to address you today one of the core problems of the multi-chain era, which is liquidity fragmentation problem. Liquidity fragmentation is killing DeFi. So what is liquidity fragmentation? In short, it is a problem that liquidity are each isolated and siloed at different chain, causing a huge inefficiency for the liquidity. Because each chain will be creating its own liquidity pool, this problem is inevitable in the multi-chain ecosystem. Liquidity is like the blood for every chain, and it is crucial for the survival of the chain. For DEXs, liquidity is required to give the best price option for every user. And for perpetual DEXs, it is essential to have liquidity to borrow to keep the leveraged position. Lending, of course, is a banking system on crypto which requires liquidity. And for some of the POS chains like the Root Network, Curium, and EVM sidechain, they all require the same liquidity to support the security of the chain. Like this, enough liquidity is critical in various aspects of its chains. Then how will this impact DeFi? So there will be a price inefficiency at first, where users will face bigger price impact and slippage on each trades, and poor user experience because users will have to search different chains and dApps to find the best price option for them. Lastly, each market facing significant market impact will end up forming a volatile condition for each markets, ending up creating more cost for users. For example, trading XRP is also facing liquidity fragmentation. If you see in the slide, there are different XRP pools that exist in different ecosystems, like XRP Ledger, the Root Network, Binance Smart Chain, and Clayton. So the TVL is 543K in XRP Ledger, 1.2 million in the Root Network, and 557K in Binance Smart Chain, 2.3 million in Clayton. So because they are all fragmented, users have to trade on the small portion of the liquidity with large price impact, even though there are actually big liquidity in a whole. So this is where Moai Finance comes in to solve this problem. There are several approaches to solve liquidity fragmentation problem, and generally speaking, we can divide these approaches into two big categories. So first is the cross-chain bridges, and second is the aggregator. For bridges, there are many bridges, including Wormhole, Multi-Chain, Chainlink, CCIP, of course, Axeler Network, and our cross protocol as an intent-based bridges. And also for aggregator, Moai Finance is also positioned for aggregator. Uniswap X, 1inch, Jupiter, and more are at aggregator protocols. Moai Finance is building a DEX aggregator, initially focusing on the XRP ecosystem. As a DEX aggregator, we aggregate liquidities from various DEXs across different chains like the root network, XRP Ledger, and EVM sidechain. By aggregating the liquidity, we aim to optimize the trading experience for the users and give them the best price option they can get, utilizing all of the liquidity that is scattered around different ecosystems. So our effort to become a unified liquidity layer can be divided into two features. So first is a cross-chain DEX aggregator. So when users will be trading on different kind of assets, no matter which chain they are or no matter which chain the asset is allocated at, they'll be able to swap those assets in Moai Finance. Our smart routing system will look through every single liquidity pool across different chains to search the best price option and optimal route for trading those orders. And this will include multiple bridges that supports the asset and multiple DEXs that has the liquidity pool, and also splitting the orders to provide the best route for the trading. So let me give you the short user scenario. So if the user swaps an asset like 100K USDC into XRP, so if they want to trade it solely on XRP Ledger, user will eventually face serious market impact considering the low liquidity that the XRP Ledger currently has. However, if you trade on Moai Finance, your order will first enter our smart routing system, and we will calculate the best route for the trading and split the orders for best utilization of the fragmented liquidity across different chains. So for example, if you want to swap 100K USDC to XRP, in Moai Finance, our smart routing system will be checking every liquidity from XRPL, the root network, and EVM sidechain if it launches. And then we will be splitting the orders into different sizes to best optimize the liquidity that each chain has. So in the end, user will have the minimum market impact and experience the liquidity as a whole aggregated. And this is how we tackle the liquidity fragmentation issue. And our effort does not end here, but we also provide an easy multi-chain dashboard where users can keep track of all different kind of liquidity pools from all kind of chains to make the optimal decision on allocating their own assets. Moving the assets between a pool to another pool and chain to another chain will be seamless as our Moai link get applied. And this is our roadmap for the rest of the year. In Q3, we'll be focusing on enhancing the user experience that we have now. And once Accelerator Network is fully operational, we'll be integrating their bridge solution to our platform. Most importantly, we are going through the funding raise right now for the seed round. So if there are VC and interested in our vision, please contact me. And at Q4, we will be initializing our cross-chain DEX aggregator, also called as the Easter mode. We will be starting with a few asset pools in the beginning for testing, and then expanding the support as it matures. Finally, we are also planning our token launch before the end of this year. And this is the end of my slide. Thank you. And I think I have some time left, so if any of you have some questions, I'll be willing to answer.
Thanks for the talk. So I was wondering how Moai Finance compares to the Squid router.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for example, Squid router is one of the cross-chain DEX that is operated by the Accelerator Network. And for DEX aggregator, it's kind of another customer for us. So we will be aggregating every single liquidity pool that we have, including the Squid pool that they have. So it's kind of it's kind of like one of the DEXs that we'll be using. So for example, in the scenario, if you're trading like 100K USD to XRP, then we'll be also including that route as one of the cross-chain DEXs and include them when we are splitting the orders. So the liquidity in the Squid will be also included on our aggregated liquidity.
Thank you. You mentioned in the end the token. What will be the use case of the token?
So I try to like make it short, but our use cases are in large. So first of all, it's a governance token, and second of all, you're going to get fee from the swapping, and third, you can vote on each pool to incentivize the pools that you want. So for example, we have for example, if we have 10 pools and you want to incentivize certain pool a bit more than other pools, then you can vote with your voting power to incentivize certain pools to get more rewards. It's kind of like a same tokenomics that the Curve Finance took when the Curve War happened. So it's kind of like a war between the protocols and war between the ecosystem to incentivize certain pools and certain ecosystem. Thank you.
Jeff, great talk. So my question is from UX point of view, how long it will take for this transaction to be completed? What's the latency for the whole transaction to be completed?
Yeah, so this transactions will be the bottlenecked by the longest one. So for example, if the bridge is the bottleneck, so if the bridge finality will take, let's say like 1.5 minutes, then it might take that long. So that's why we are trying to integrate as much platforms and bridges as possible in order to find the fastest path and the best price option for it. So we're not going to be relying on the single platform or single solution for doing this. We'll be utilizing every single aspect that we can utilize. Thank you very much.